Hi friends, welcome to the authentication application. Today we are going to create the user model. Create user model for authentication application. Here we are going to have the three steps. One is the import mongoose import the mongoose library. Second one, write a schema for user model. Write a schema for user model. Export the user model schema, user schema. These three things. We are going to perform these three things. First, open the server folder. In that src folder, in that models, here you are able to create the one file called user.models.js. User.models.js file. I'm going to name it as my file name as a user.models.js. First, import the mongoose from Mongoose library. Next, const. I'm going to create the schema. I'm going to name it as my schema name is a user schema equal to new mongoose.schema. It contains the two fields, like it is contains the this is a constructor. This schema is a constructor. It contains the two fields. One field is the object, and object of the our schema, like username, like email, like these things it contains. Like first is a name. You can take username or name. Uh, Here name is another. It contains another one more object like type. We are going to name the constraints like a properties for this name. Like a name has the type of the string and required true, and trim is a true. Trim will trim will remove the leading spaces from the left and right of the content, and one more is your email address. It is also contains object form. Type is string. Required true, and it is also trim true, and unique unique true. Unique true means email must be unique. That's why I have given the unique is true, and one more is the password type. It is also type string, comma required true, and spaces. I'm going to remove the trim equal to true. Next one more property is verify OTP. Verify OTP. Type is string default. I'm not giving the any required field here, a required property. I'm going to give only default is a string. Default is the empty. Next one, verify OTP expires at verify OTP expires at type equal to number. Default, I'm going to give the 0. And one more field is active, sorry, is account verified. Is account verified. Type is boolean. Type is boolean, and default is false. Default is false. And one more field is reset OTP. Reset OTP. Type again string. Type is string default empty and again reset OTP expires at type equal to number and the default 0 and here after completing this one object of this in the second parameter in this second parameter is time timestamp timestamps is equal to true. If you give timestamp equal to true, it will add the two more fields like a created at and updated at. Created at and updated at means these are when the this use like object is created like a user model suppose you are trying to registering the into the application. Suppose you are trying to register into the application at certain time or certain date. That created at will show the exact date and time of the when you have registered and sign up into the application. Like updated at. One more field is update at means suppose you are trying to update the any one of the field in your application, like you are updating the password or you are updating the username. These kind of things you are doing in the at that time. This updated time will be changed. This updated at time will be changed. These are both are in this timestamp contains the two things. One is the created at and updated at. These both are date field only. These both are automatically date field only by default. Created will be created at only once only while creating the user only, but updated will be changes any update in the user fields, any update in the user fields. Like comma, you have to do one thing here. const user const user equal to you mongoose dot model of mongoose.model of user comma user schema user schema. This way you have to do. Then if you do this one only, you will able to this user will be created inside the your database. If you do this model like mongoose dot model only, this user will be created into the your mongodb database. Next one you have to do the last step is the export default user. You have to do this one. If you want to see this all things how we have created means you can refer the documentation of the Mongoose Chrome. Go to the Google Chrome. Here go to here mongoosejs.com. There is a website called mongoosejs.com. You will able to find the documentation of the few things you will able to understand, and few things you will able to research in the Google, like how we are going to use this documentation. Like we have did the previously like database connection or configuring the database. This is the database connection, and if you want to see this type and these all things, you will able to go to the read the docs. You have to go to the docs and docs section. You can read this one all this. You will able to see the permitted schema types like a string number. Like you can click on this and you will able to find the string. If you go to read the number type, can go to here, can go, read the number type like date, like that same like you are able to find the date buffer boolean. If you go to the boolean, like you will able to find the boolean types. Like one more thing in the schema itself only. One more thing here, you can click on the schema in the here. You will able to there is a one more it is automatically generated into the model while creating the any user field. That is a called by default mongoose adds a one ID underscore ID property to your schemas like automatically. When suppose you are able to registering into the application, there is a all fields will be created. All fields will be created, but automatically one field will be created that is called underscore ID. This ID will be generated automatically into your schema. It will assign one value also for this schema. If you see, when we create a new documentation, with automatically adds a underscore id property. Mongoose creates a new underscore id of the type object id to your document. Like if you're registering into the one more time I'm repeating, friends. If you registering or if you creating the account in the your account in the application, account in the authentication application, there is a one field add automatically. There is a one field automatically adds that is called underscore id property. Underscore id property. This type is object id. Suppose you can also override the Mongoose default underscore ID with your own underscore ID. Just carefully, Mongoose will refuse to save the top level documentation does not have the underscore ID. So you are responsible for setting the underscore ID if you define your own underscore ID for path. Like you can also override this one underscore ID using the underscore ID column number. It will override the default underscore ID. But you have to, while saving into the application, you have to send the ID also. Like this, like this. If you does not send the underscore ID into the while saving the schema or while saving the user, it will throw an error called document must have the an underscore ID before saving it. You have to save this like a document dot underscore id equal to 1, and you have to save the document like this. Mongoose also adds an underscore id properties as a sub documents. You can also disable the underscore id property on your sub documents as follows. Mongoose does not allow the saving the sub documents with the underscore id properties. Like this one is a content, and one more I'm going to explain this here. Where is that? Yeah, this one. You able to see here. You can also you can also define the you can also disable the sorry you can also disable the auto indexing. You can also disable the auto indexing. Like there is a several ways is this. While connection itself only, you can disable the auto indexing for false, or you can, while creating the connection also, you can disable the auto indexing false. While setting it also, you can disable the mongoose dot set auto indexing comma false. While writing the schema itself only means here, like open my VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Here also you can write the one more field called, it is the auto indexing false, and it will stop writing the I underscore ID. You will able to give the Mongoose will emit an index event on the model. When we indexes are done, building an error occur. Like you have to stop. Like you can stop the auto indexing like this. Indexing like this. But I'm going to try to create the index automatically. I want that underscore ID automatically. That's why I'm not going to give the auto indexing equal to false. I'm going to removing the auto indexing false. You will able to find the all the things while writing the controllers, like a logic part of the. You will able to understand these all things while writing the writing the controllers, like a registration controller and a login controller and update the password controller. You will able to understand these all fields, how to use these fields, and how to save the data into the database, and how to retrieve the data from the database, and how to update these all things you will able to understand while writing the controllers. registration controller, login controller, and update password controller. This controller, while writing these controllers, you will able to understand how this will be help. This all will be helps. That's all, friends. I have finished the writing the model or the schema for the user. Schema for the user. If you able to understand, if you able to understand my content, and if you like my content, please like and subscribe my channel and support my channel.